Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to this Time Agent vlog. Today, it is Series 2, Episode... Sorry, this looks a bit wonky. Episode 5, The Nightmare Forest. In this episode, Mortis has been given his own mission by Liam, but he has to take Dan the Cyborg with him. They go to the Forest of Dean, Hampshire. Hold on. Hampshire? No, the Forest of Dean's in Gloucestershire. Hampshire's the New Forest. Oh dear, Mr. Carroll. We are in trouble. Meanwhile, Robin is writing his report on the alien ferret thing he was talking about in the last one, and that Liam was talking about in the third one. Whilst doing this, he sees "We Are the Circle" being written as he as he's typing, so he has to go and find Agent Liam, and he meets up with this general character, who is later revealed to be General Radcliffe Natesmith. Not General, Colonel. Colonel Radcliffe Natesmith, who is also looking for Liam, and then just disappears. Robin then tells Liam about the circle, and then Liam tells Robin to go back to work and not speak of it again. Meanwhile, in the Forest of Dean, Mortis and Dan recover a treasure chest that lets an orb out. Mortis then finds a newspaper clipping about 4 soldiers disappearing, and Agent Liam was involved with it. And then the orb thing kind of starts messing with his brain. Mortis then imagines Colonel Radcliffe Natesmith, a soldier, and Agent Liam, and they're trying to make Mortis join the circle, whatever it is. It's not really explained. It's mentioned in Series 3's 3rd episode, but aside from that, there isn't much about it revealed. In this case, it's actually quite good. It's quite a mystery. Maybe we would have found out a bit more in future stories, but it's still a great mystery. And how the orb is playing with Mortis's mind is just brilliant, and he's making him believe Liam is a murderer. This actually turns the tables in the fact that Mortis actually now believes Liam really is a killer. Liam's the bad guy, as opposed to Mortis being the bad guy and just wanting revenge. No, this time the tables, in Mortis's view, have turned. But it's all revealed that it was a trick by the orb. It's a psychic thing, as 4 soldiers had gone missing in the area, and the orb was just playing with Mortis's mind. But later he finds out that he's got the newspaper clipping. The orb is captured by Dan off screen, and later we see him on screen, keeping him as a pet, calling him Martin, as Liam explains in a scene. We see Mortis and Liam meet the Colonel. Mortis then goes, Dan comes in. The Colonel is giving Liam some files, and then Dan leaves, and then he and Liam have a bit of a chat. The Colonel, not Dan, with Mortis watching, and that's where he discovers the newspaper clipping. And then he realises that the orb was playing around with his mind, but the events that happened beforehand had involved Liam and the Colonel. The episode ends with Liam having a break, and then an alien fleet is heading towards the planet. Checking his systems, Liam discovers that a Zakatron mask has lit up. Robin then calls him in to watch a news broadcast by Katrina Mills, and it's revealed that Liam knows Katrina Mills, as does Mortis, and that they knew her when they were at the academy. I think it's the academy, is it at the Time Agency, and they know her to be a danger, and they're ready to fight her and stop her evil plans, whatever they may be, as she's announcing that she will be announcing the world's best kept secret the next day to when the final scene, and pretty much the rest of the episode probably, is being set. Leading into the next and final episode of Series 2. It's the 6th episode. So this is the penultimate, by the way. Episode 5 will always be the penultimate of the series, unless it's the specials. In which case that was episode 2. So, yeah, that was the Nightmare Forest. One thing to quickly mention, I think it was either on Billy's channel before it then got privated, or it's on Jamie Carroll's channel. There's an alternative ending shot of Liam's face going kind of grinning, 10th Doctor style. The episode actually ends with just a shot of Liam, then goes to Dan, Mortis and Robin before a final shot of them at the end, instead of the alternative ending where it was Liam, Dan, Mortis, Robin, or Robin, Mortis, and then Liam grin. I would say that the grin bit was rightfully cut because of the fact that this moment was actually quite a serious moment. Liam wasn't finding it amusing. No one was finding it amusing. Dan and Robin were questioning, in their minds, were questioning how did Liam and Mortis know her, and Mortis and Liam know of the potential danger the world is facing. Plus the fact that Liam has just discovered the Zachatrons are on their way over, and his relationship with Katrina Mills, as we discover in the next episode, is quite a personal one, more so than Mortis. So to end on the grin shot, also the fact that we're moving along, we've moved quite a distance from Agent Liam acting like the 10th Doctor to Agent Liam acting like his own person, a character in his own right. There's still a little bit to go. We'll see a bit more of that in the next episode and in Series 3. But we've seen the character develop more as an actual character as opposed to a 10th Doctor imitating character, or at least a character imitating the 10th Doctor. And it's nice to see we've gone away from that, or at least going away from that. But to have that final shot would have completely ruined the moment and would have taken the character back to those 10th Doctor roots. Just after he'd worked so hard to get away from, which it's okay to be a bit like the 10th Doctor or any other Doctor, but don't have the entire character arc or character personality be like that. I suppose, especially as Liam hadn't remembered he'd travelled with the Doctor in whatever incarnation until the specials. He didn't remember his memories in the first series, so how would he be a good imitator unless he was a fan of the Doctor at the time of being on Earth, and he found that he had similar clothes and gadgets and stuff to it, so he just decided to imitate him, but do an Earthbound job. I'm glad to see that he's moved away of that since the specials, especially during Series 3, even though his costume is still very 10th Doctor in quite a few episodes. In most episodes, to be honest. Maybe even all of them. But thankfully that scene was cut for those reasons, because it took away from the seriousness. Even Dan's shot, he wasn't grinning or anything, he was just smiling. He was getting ready, he looked like he was going to have some fun, have an adventure. He didn't know he was going to die. Spoiler. But Liam's grin would have ruined the moment, especially for the character. So it's probably good that he didn't get an individual shot before the last big one. He just, after he'd finished talking, it then cut to the other three. So, and it was good. And the last shot itself in the actual episode is a pretty good one. It's very good, especially, and better still, it has some humour with Dan looking at the other three characters. That's more humorous than Liam grinning, and it works because that's Dan the Cyborg. He's a humorous character, hence why he wasn't in Series 3, as that was more serious, according to some behind the scenes that might be on Dan the Cyborg channel, if that's still up, and an interview from Sebi with Billy. But yeah, so that was The Nightmare Forest, a brilliant episode. It's quite scary, it's quite tensionous, the shots are great, the music's well used, character development is great, especially, and the ending is pretty great, although don't judge the rest of the episode just because of the ending. In fact, the ending might even... Does it downgrade the rest of the episode? No, because the ending is great in its own right, but the rest of the episode is brilliant in its own right as well. It's brilliant, and I love the mystery. I love the mystery of the circle, and I love how the orb... Apologies for the outside noise. I love the orb trying to mess with Agent Mortis's mind, and how it's mostly him for most of the episode, as well as some secrets Liam is hidden that doesn't involve his life before coming to Earth. yes, that's another good thing. We get some mystery to Liam's life after he arrived on Earth, but at an earlier point. So possibly during Series 1, or, well, not even during Series 1, but before Series 1. Maybe he had he left Dan and Ben on their own, working whilst he went off with the Colonel and these other 4 soldiers, and they had this trouble with the Circle, and they just decided to keep it quiet. But the press found out about it, or the Orb created a press thing that Mortis found. And then, of course, the executive finds out about it for Series 3. So yeah, this is a fantastic episode. It's not perfect by any means, but it's still brilliant. And the humour is great from Dan and Mortis, and they really work off each other really well. So props to Sebi and Jamie for really well done double act in the first half of the episode. So yes, the Mortis Code. It is an easy 10 out of 10. It's not the best thing in the world, but to be honest, it's one of the best things from Time Agent. And even though it's not one of the best things in the world, it still gets a worthy 10 out of 10. Yes, and it's my second favourite of of Time Agent as a whole, and my favourite of Series 2, and pretty much the best episode this far, and probably for another couple of episodes it will be the best, until we get to that best of all episodes. So, until then, the next episode and the finale of Series 2, Best Kept Secret, will be next. And this time, the stakes are personal. They were in Dark Revelations, but they're amped up a little bit for this one. For the next one, I mean. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow, or next time, when we review / vlog about Best Kept Secret. I'll see you guys next time.